Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to unpack something truly groundbreaking. We're diving into the incredibly dense, mathematically rigorous OBINexus AI ecosystem. But, instead of getting bogged down in endless lines of code, we're going to treat this system exactly like what it's designed to be, a living, breathing biological organism. By the end of our time today, you're going to see exactly how this architecture is completely redefining trust in artificial intelligence. Let's get into it.
Okay, so let's just jump right in by starting with the actual disease we're trying to cure here, a massive AI trust crisis. Look, right now, traditional machine learning models are exhibiting some seriously dangerous algorithmic bias. And in critical fields like healthcare, this isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's literally a matter of life and death. Biased AI systems can lead to misdiagnosis rates that are 35% higher for underrepresented populations. It creates this terrible, vicious feedback loop where biased predictions just end up reinforcing the disparities we already have in the real world.
And the financial stakes? They are absolutely staggering. The healthcare AI market alone is projected to hit $188 billion by 2030. That's a massive number. But executives are constantly citing bias as a huge barrier to actually adopting the tech. I mean, when you consider that lawsuits average $136 million for bias-related cases, well, curing this algorithmic disease isn't just a nice moral idea. It's a strict business necessity. To understand how OBINexus solves this, let's quickly run through our agenda. 1. The AI trust crisis. 2. Meet the heart AI. 3. Curing algorithmic bias. 4. Digital security and metabolism. And 5. Embodying AI with DRAM.
Starting with Section 1, the AI trust crisis, and really getting to the root cause.
Moving to Section 2, let's meet the heart AI, specifically the OBI cognitive core.
So to cure a systemic disease, you obviously need a super powerful central engine to pump cognitive capabilities through the entire body, right? This brings us to OBII. Now, deriving its name from Obi, which actually means heart in Igbo, the heart AI is the central life-giving intelligence of this whole ecosystem. It's the cognitive core that handles symbolic cognition, safe inference, and ensures that digital reasoning actually translates perfectly into real-world interaction. It is quite literally the engine powering the organism. And, much like an embryo differentiating its cells as it grows, the heart AI isn't just a static piece of software. It evolves through a very distinct three-stage developmental path. It starts out as pure digital logic, the core AI. Then, once it matures a bit, it branches out into software agents that can execute specific tasks. Finally, and only when it has fundamentally proven its safety, it grows into a physical embodiment, meaning actual physical robots interacting with our world.
All right, Section 3, curing algorithmic bias, or as we can think of it, the system's immune system. Normally, with traditional machine learning, you're dealing with these totally opaque black boxes. You throw data in, you get a biased output, and you have literally no idea why it made that decision. What's so fascinating here is that OBINexus entirely abandons those black boxes. Instead, it uses transparent Bayesian directed acyclic graphs, or DAGs. Basically, this means it actively and explicitly models the hidden confounding factors that cause bias in the very first place. It stops the disease before it even has a chance to spread.
Think about it this way. Traditional models just slap a Band-Aid on the problem after the fact with post-processing correction. But the heart AI, it uses Bayesian debiasing for inherent bias prevention. It marginalizes over those bias parameters mathematically, completely guaranteeing fairness right from the start. The result of doing it this way is an incredible 85% improvement in diagnostic equity, which actually drops misdiagnosis rates down to just 5% across all demographics. I'd say the immune system definitely works.
Which brings us to Section 4, digital security and metabolism, focusing on the system's security hygiene. I absolutely love this next concept. It's so cool. OBINexus treats its development stages exactly like metabolic chambers in a body. When a component fails to meet a strict criterion, the system doesn't just quietly patch a bug. No. Like bones subjected to physical stress, the system is forced to heal and actually grow mathematically denser and way more robust right at those stress points. They call this the Wolff's Law of epistemic development. It literally metabolizes its own failures and turns them into structural strength. And this whole digital metabolism idea extends all the way down to the baseline security hygiene. The framework uses a strict CRUD life cycle approach: create, read, update, delete. They've branded this as computing from the heart. It rigorously protects user credentials with strong salting and hashing, enforces sensible annual password rotations so users don't get password fatigue, and completely secures data deletion. No ghost data left behind ever. Just perfect baseline health for the whole system. Finally, Section 5, Embodying AI with DRAM. It's time to build out those physical muscles.
But wait, before the hard AI can just start pumping its logic into a real-world physical robot, there is a hard stop. The system must hit a 95.4% epistemic confidence score. This is totally non-negotiable. It means the AI has bidirectionally reasoned through the whole strategy, mitigated the bias, fully verified the math, and is practically certain the physical action is safe. Seriously, if it's sitting at 95.3%, that robot is not moving an inch. So how do you actually guarantee that insane level of confidence down at the silicon level? Enter DRAM, or Directed Instruction RAM. You can think of this as the hardware's highly secure muscle memory. Current RAM is totally passive, right? But DRAM is predictive. It literally looks ahead to allocate memory, it enforces zero trust boundaries, and it generates cryptographic SHA-256 receipts for every single action it takes. Plus, if a failure does somehow happen, it relies on a fail-torrent fallback encoding that basically ensures a deterministic, absolutely safe recovery stream every single time. But look, we have to ask the obvious question here. What if something still goes wrong? What if the AI's consciousness state actually degrades? Well, the hardware has this brilliant human-centric visual clamp built right in. It maps the system's severity states to a highly readable cyan color spectrum. So if there's any danger, the visual field glows cyan to instantly alert the human operators. It allows for safe, human-in-the-loop control and decentralized, traceable regulation enforcement. Basically, it guarantees that humans can always just read the room at a glance. By combining mathematically rigorous, bias-fighting software with silicon-level traceability and those super strict confidence thresholds, OBINexus has essentially built a digital organism that practically guarantees safety and fairness from the inside out. It's a total paradigm shift. So I want to leave you with this thought to ponder today. If our hardware and our software finally understand how to genuinely compute from the heart, what incredible physical embodiments are we going to be able to build tomorrow? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.